Welcome to Live, Life Inspired Views for Every Day. My name is Chris Meyer, and I'm a curious soul. Love squads. What comes to mind when you heard me say that? Belonging, safety, caring communities, people who live and lead from the heart. The other day, I read an article written by religion scholar Diana Butler Bass, who suggested we consider forming love squads. I love that idea. A love squad can form from a group who coffee together, who learn something together in some setting, who simply hang out together. It's a concept that conjures up active, not passive, kind, not hateful, loving, not demeaning images. We can make them anytime and anywhere we are. Isn't that an exciting thought? Remember Margaret Mead, who said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has." Last week, in the Marginalian, a weekly newsletter I get by philosopher Maria Popova, she wrote about the German physicist Rudolf Clausius, who coined the word entropy to describe the undoing of being, or the thermodynamic collapse of physical systems into levels of disorder and uncertainty. I'm sounding very confident of my understanding of complex scientific concepts. Well, anyway, Popova went on to describe the life of poet W.H. Auden. Popova wrote of him, "Auden was the child of two world wars. He had no illusion about how our humanity comes unwoven by its own pull, but is also the enchanted loom that makes life worth living." Oh, I love that picture. It makes me wonder if along the way Auden found love squads to encourage his life, his view in the midst of fear and terror. I wonder who the people were who nurtured him to seek goodness out of the disorder all around him. I think we can be that, don't you? Alan Zimmerman writes, "Take a quick assessment of the people you hang around. Do they lift you up or bring you down? If you've got too many downers in your circle, change your circle today and you'll change your future." Or Lou Holtz, the former University of Nebraska football coach, who said, "If you go to people who never did anything or accomplished anything, they will tell you you can't do it. But if you go to those who have accomplished a lot, they'll give you encouragement." It's hard when there are so many what ifs looming in each new day now. Even the most optimistic people can fall into a pit of despair, to quote the movie Princess Bride. But no matter what we face, it is the people we surround ourselves with who can become the enchanted loom that helps us see hope and possibility. Alan Zimmerman also shares the story of an 11th grade classroom of boys in Brooklyn, New York City High School, whose behaviors and attitudes were so difficult and challenging that 7 teachers had quit their jobs. Of those boys, 70% were drug users and 65% had been arrested. The principal, out of desperation, called a 69-year-old retired teacher to take over the class. He promised her there would be a policeman in the room every day. She asked to see a list of the boys' names. As she read them, she smiled and agreed to take the class and said, "Don't worry about me. I love teaching and I love boys. There won't be any problems." Well, she ended up staying the entire year, and during that time the boys turned into wonderfully behaved young men and achieved the highest grades they ever had. It was like a miracle. There was a recognition banquet for her at the end of the school year, and the accolades she received are wonderful. She was asked what was her secret to the amazing transformation of these young students. She replied it was simple. When she looked at the list of boys' names, she noticed that every one of them had a score by his names. She told the group that when she saw their high IQs, she knew it was going to be a great class. The principal faced her wide eyed and said, "Those numbers weren't their IQs, they were their locker numbers." That 69-year-old teacher had come into the class believing in their potential, and that belief made it a reality. Just like the Pygmalion effect. You might want to look that up. Encouragement is a powerful vehicle. It can give life, and when there seems no hope, life can abound. Living love squads and encouragement thrive in communities. I've mentioned before that when you separate the word encourage, it is defined as to give courage. Are there people in your circle, in your community, who are encouragers, who like a loom weave courage into their conversations and interactions with others? Are you one? Encouragers have a contagion about them. Forming love squads can make that goodness and courage spread and order come back into our world. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that." This week, on your bathroom mirror, write, "I will build love squads that weave light, courage, and love into every interaction." Join me next Monday for Live, Life Inspired Views for Every Day. I'm Chris Meyer, and I'm a curious soul.